Hello. 'Tis a darkish and stormy early evening here on Friday, April the 17th. It's about 5:45. I've just been dicking around on the computer, but the storm is finally hitting. It's raining. It's wet outside. Maybe very atmospheric, because there's been some thunder, so we might have some thunder in the background, thunder from down under. Not sure how long she's gonna stay there, because she usually doesn't like storms. Sometimes though, it'll like thunder and crash and boom, and she doesn't do anything, but there'll be a light rain and it'll freak her out. So I don't know. Usually she just kind of crouches on the floor and does her thing until the storm is over. Every once in a while I'll get down on the floor with her, and she's just repositioning herself. Probably gonna bury her face. She does that a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I figured before the storm really hit, I guess it's supposed to be fairly bad tonight. I don't know. Maybe I don't have electricity to be able to upload this video. Possibly another. I don't know. Well, maybe another. No, not. I don't know. I have a new thing. That I think I'm going to play with. But yeah, it's been a little bit rainy this whole week. So Wednesday I didn't even go to Parks and Rec. That was like the only day. I know we only mowed like twice this week, I think. Well, Charles mowed today, but I was not involved in that. I was involved in a giant tree that had fallen down at Blind Boot Park. So, and I say involved, but I was standing there waiting to pull branches and stuff as other people were cutting them off with chainsaws. And then the bigger pieces they were chopping up with chainsaws and picking up with the bobcat, the little, like a giant claw machine with the bobcat. I just pick them up and put them in the back of the truck, and then people were going and dumping them. So that was my day today. I don't know how much, because there was three of us. There was two people on chainsaws and three of us like pulling the branches and stuff and putting them in a pile, because we had to put them in a pile for the thing to be able to reach down and grab them and pick them up, So, but I was not involved in mowing today. I know Charles did some mowing today. But yeah, it's a wet, rainy week. I don't know if you just heard that little rumble. That was a little bit of thunder back there. But other than that, I can't really think of anything much to update you on. I guess our party in June is growing, because Sean is now going to join us when we go to Hot Springs. Because we were talking about it last weekend when we were all together. Sean found this pizza place that he wants to try down there, and he's like, how did we miss this? And it turns out it's on one of the sides of the street that the St. Patty's Day Parade, the world's shortest St. Patty's Day Parade, goes along there. And I guess the restaurant is on one side of either of those streets or something. One side of that street or the other, I don't know. Marilee was looking it up, trying to figure out where it was. It might be fairly new. Oh, goodness. Might be a fairly new... I haven't slept much today yet, so that may be coming. Because part of, while I was waiting for branches today to be able to pull out of the way, I actually made a Walmart delivery order. So, because I had to rush out of there this morning. Didn't get a chance to grab everything I intended to grab. Oh, and my allergy medication. I definitely needed my allergy medication. That was one thing I just kept forgetting to get every time I was in there. Allergy medication. And with working in the trees and the branches and all that kind of stuff today, I was like, I figured I might need it. But also some like Fanta strawberry and Barks root beer, Doritos. So I can wake her up. Yeah, there's, see, she knows what a bag of chips sounds like. But I did grab my nuts, you know. That's why I'm not allowed back in the store. I got these as well, because I've gotten the honey roasted version. I got the honey roasted version, but now I have this version as well. So, roasted sea salt. They eyed. But so yeah, I made a Walmart delivery order today while I was waiting for that. But yeah, Shauna's going to join us in June for Hot Springs. Because at first it was just kind of a, like, I thought it was going to be more like a family trip for Marilee, because she's going down because it's going to be her niece's birthday. So I thought it was more kind of like a focus on family trip, but Sean was saying about, you know, oh, you guys got to go try that pizza place, bring me back a slice, you know. And then Marilee was like, well, she's like, if you got the time off in June, you can come with us, you know. So, and he was like, oh. And then he forgot. I forget things too, so I can't blame the Seanster for forgetting, because I forget too. But yeah, he was able to get the days off, so he's gonna come with us in June. So, not really last minute, but sort of last minute. I guess he's got like a whole month and a half, 2 months, something like that. Oh my god. No. And a week from today, I get the lovely experience of wearing a heart monitor for a week. Finally got that scheduled. They finally called me, and then once again, speaking of forgetting, they called me on Friday when I was out mowing, so I didn't hear the call. And I forgot to call them back Monday. So I called them back Tuesday, and so Fridays are good because Marilee can, you know, can drive me over there. You know, and then even if she just drops me off, because Parks and Rec is like right across the, you know, right across the way, like the community center's there and whatever, so I can just walk to Parks and Rec by the time, and that'll give the heart monitor something to monitor, I guess. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be like a strap-on, which you would think I would be used to by now, but or like I've seen, because I was looking them up online just to see exactly what they have, and there's one where they just kind of like stick it on you, like I guess it's a sticker kind of dealio. I don't know what it's going to be. Hopefully it's not too like annoying or or noticeable. I mean, I'm sure it'll be noticeable at first. So Riley was telling me about somebody that he knew of that had to have one, and the only time that the person didn't wear it was when they were in the shower. So I guess I'll have to take it off when I go in the shower, which like you know, twice a day usually, because I do an actual shower before. Maybe I just won't rinse off after Parks and Rec. Sometimes I need to, though. Especially, I smell like fucking sunscreen. I put on sunscreen today, and it's like, now I smell like fucking sunscreen. And, you know, I wish I didn't, I guess. So I even took a shower today when I got home, because it's like some of it, you know, like picking up the leaves and picking up the branches and stuff. Like, especially when I mow, and it, like, you know, the wind is whipping around, and it's like whipping, you know, grass all over your face and down the back of your shirt, yada yada yada. So I feel like I have to take a shower, or at least rinse off when I get home. So yeah, I guess I might be taking it off twice a day. I don't know. But I don't know what they're going to do with this information, but Um, 'Cause I think I'd mentioned the heart monitor, right? I think I'd mentioned that I was going to have to do that. Uh, but yeah, now it's actually scheduled next Friday. Starting next Friday. Unfortunately, I guess they couldn't get me in this Friday to just get it done and over with. Um, but okay, whatever. Uh, but, so that'll be next week, though. That'll be next week. Um, this weekend, I got nothing to do. Oh shit! Except for apparently sleep. I'm gonna sleep through this entire big ass fucking storm that's coming our way. Apparently. I gotta wet the whistle. Wow, I don't even know what I just messed up. So yeah, that's really, I guess it's just kind of been a week. Not really much going on, so we'll just answer a question. We'll just find out what the question of the week is. I think I just saw the number 29. Okay. I thought I flipped too many pages, but I thought I flipped 2 pages instead of 1, but I didn't. Okay. Remember, this book is supposed to be for teens. Every once in a while that becomes relevant. Describe your ideal self at 25 years old. Where do you live? What do you spend your days doing? Honey, I am 46. I don't fucking know. I'm just living day by day, doing what I do, going to work, paying bills, the never-ending bullshit, onslaught of life. You know, like, I mean, I can't even tell you, like, I can honestly say if I answered this question as a teenager, I still don't fucking know. I'm just kind of like, I have a job, I pay bills as best I can, I guess. My ideal self, I don't know. Rich, that's ideal. I guess. But it's like, you know, I was aimless. I didn't know. I was like, well, I guess, you know, when I was a teenager, I thought, oh, you know, like, college is so far away, or graduation, I guess. And I'm like, I always just kind of thought I would go to college. I didn't really know why or what for or anything. And I still don't. I wasted like 7 years. I mean, I can't really say they were wasted. You know, I met some good people. You know, I might not even know Sean, you know, if I hadn't went to college. I might not know Mary Lee. I might not know. I might have, like, stayed stuck back in the small town that I grew up in. You know, I might have stayed around there and just, you know, worked retail. Who knows? You know, like, I might not know half the people that I know now. You know, so there was, you know, good to it. Because you know, going up to the city, you know, that I did there at the beginning of March, I actually ran into a college friend from Anime Club. She just happened to be, you know, getting lunch for her and her son. And I was like, I was going to the bathroom before we were going to go over to the tower, and I just happened to look in the restaurant because, you know, nothing but windows. And it's like, I looked at her and she looked at me, and like we looked at each other for a second, and it's like, damn it, you know. So, but I didn't know. I was just kind of like, I guess I'm going to go do college because that's what you're supposed to do, right? So that's what I did. I went to college. Not really knowing, not really having a plan, not really, like, I mean, I picked a major because you have to, you know. I did a creative writing minor, but, I mean, especially, you know, back then. Now we have the internet. You have a lot more ways to, like, get your artistry out there. But, you know, back in the 90s, that wasn't necessary as much of an option. I mean, I guess we did have especially toward the late 90s, we had internet, but, of course I'm talking, I guess, early 2000s, when I was going to college. But, or, you know, being a teenager, whatever, Teenager was the 90s. The 1900s. Twirl a mustache, whatever. I don't know. I was just trying to think of old-timey things. I don't know. the top hat, the mustachio. There's some thunder. I haven't had any good thunder since I started filming this. I kind of thought I might, you know. But oh well. Whatever, man. Whatever. I waited too late, I guess. The storm's passed by already, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I can tell you as a teenager, I had no fucking clue. It was just kind of like, I'll worry about that when the time comes, you know? And then the time came, and I'm like, ah, fuck. What do I do now? It's like, I guess I go to college. And it's like, what for? I don't know. Communication sounds good. I guess that's kind of like I've always liked writing. You know, I had no idea if I was going to do anything with this degree or not. I was like, I don't necessarily know that I cared about getting a better job. I just cared about having a job. I just cared about paying bills. I just cared about not being poor. Worked out great. Thanks. Thanks, past me. Future me is very appreciative of the choices you've made in life. But no, I mean, I ended up in a happy place at the end of it all. You know, whoa, did you see the lights flicker? It might be on the way, maybe. There's a little bit of thunder, little rumble. Rumble. Rubble, rubble, rubble. Oh, I'm not stealing hamburgers, McDonald's hamburgers. I might. I don't know. No. That requires putting on pants and leaving the house. I'm like, no, I'll just DoorDash. Yeah. No, I'm not going to DoorDash. But I've already eaten something. Oh. Shrimp mac and cheese thingy. Sorry. Getting off topic. But no, I can tell you as a teenager, I had no fucking clue. As a young adult going to college, I had no fucking clue. Because it's like I went to college, and then college was almost over, and I'm like, ah, fuck, what do I do now? And I'm like, well, you go to a master's program, like a master's degree. Like, you could just go do more school, I guess. I don't know. Avoiding the real world as long as possible. Like, that was my plan. That was my, like, I don't want to go be an adult yet. I don't want to go get a job. I don't want to pay bills. This is stupid. I don't want to fucking do this. It's 20 years later, I'm still like, this is fucking stupid. I don't want to do this. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. But, yeah, like, I was like, I don't know, go do more school? Fuck, I don't know. Like, why is this, like, responsibility being thrust upon me? I don't want it. I don't want it. It's so stupid. You know, like, so at 25, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known as a teenager what I wanted to be at 25. I'd be like, like, I don't know. Oops, I went one page too far. Where would you live? What would you spend your days doing? I don't have a fucking clue. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have an ideal life back then. It was just kind of like, well, you know, go do more school, I guess. Maybe being independently wealthy, maybe being, once again, we're back to money, yes. Being able to afford things. Being a trust fund baby might have been nice, I suppose. Because it's just kind of like, I don't want to go get a job. I don't want to do this shit. Like, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to be a grown-up. It's stupid. It is so stupid. Being a grown-up is so fucking stupid. So yeah, I don't know what my I still I don't have, because we've discussed this over last year, answering the question. Well, I guess it was 2 years ago when I was answering the question every day, and now doing this 99 non-lame journaling prompts for teens. That only becomes a problem every once in a while, such as this week with this question: where do you see yourself at 25? I don't fucking know. Like, I don't have passions. I don't have goals. I don't have any of that sort of shit. It's just kind of like live, just exist. Like that. That's my main plan, is to just continue to exist, I guess. Continue to go to work, pay bills, do the same fucking bullshit over and over and over again every week, day in, day out. And every once in a while get to go do something fun, like the Titanic exhibit that we did last week, hot springs that we're going to be doing here in June. Like, every once in a while, a little nice little treat for you, a little something to look forward to, I guess, like a fucking heart monitor. Yeah, that's fucking fun. I mean, I guess it's not quite like a CPAP machine where it's like you have to sleep with the thing on your face. Like, I don't think I could sleep with that shit on my fucking face. I don't know. Hopefully I never have to find out. Good luck. So yes, I can honestly answer this question for teenage me. Would have had no fucking clue. What do you want to be when you're 25 years old? Who says I want to be 25 years old? Like, I don't want to be an adult. I knew that shit was stupid from the very fucking beginning. I was kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I guess I'll get a job and do something. Like, that was basically like my, like, life plan. If I ever had a plan, I was like, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to grow up, and I mean, eventually high school's gonna be over, and I'm gonna have to go get a job or something, and be an adult. And that sounds like it sucks, 'cause it does. I was right. So yes, my teenage self would have had no fucking clue. Where do I want to be when I'm 50 years old, which is approaching very quickly within the next few years? Alive would be nice. No more blood clots. That would be great. That's a goal, right? Exist. I mean, I think I'm better financially than I was before. I think. I'm pretty sure. I think. So, I mean, rich. Rich would be nice. Once again, we're back to money. Not having to worry about, paying bills or anything. So, I just had to donate, I got paid by the city. And I had to pay Tower, and then I had to pay Spire, one of my utilities, $100, so they didn't shut me off. So, one of these days, I'm gonna catch up. Because it's like I go to the city. Like, I had that trip where I went to the city, and then it's like last week we went to the city and we spent money, and it's like, but I had money to spend, so that was good. That was on the up and up, right? So yeah, I don't ever really have plans, goals, aspirations, passions. Just be here. Sounds good enough to me. Anyway, so it was not as atmospheric as I was hoping for. I want the big thundery boomies, because they were doing that before I started filming, which is why I stopped. I was just like listening to music and dicking around on the internet and whatnot. But there's a train. Can you hear the train? But yes, the new thing that I do have that I want to play with, and I was thinking about this for a little while. I worked stationary last night, and I kind of forgot that this book, My Life in Sketches. So I kind of thought that would be fun. Not that I'm artistic whatsoever, in any way, shape, or form. But I got some pens, a lot of different colored pens to play with this book. So I thought maybe I would start it, since I bought the I bought the writing prompts book and never touched it. I mean, I touched it to put it in here to get it out of the way, but I've never actually written anything. So I thought the writing prompts book would be something fun to play with, at least for a little while. I feel like I wanted, because I'm already doing the questions on Friday. So I don't know that I want to do it on Friday. I feel like I should do it on a different day. I might go ahead and do the first one after I get done with this, just to kind of get it started. But I don't know for sure what day would work best to do it on. Maybe smack dab in the middle of the week, do like a Wednesday or something, maybe. I don't know. But I'll probably go ahead and do the first one, just to get it done and out of the way. I feel like they'd be very quick, because I don't kind of like with the question, I want to find out what the question of the day is. I don't want to have to do a whole lot of editing. So, I mean, I feel like by the time I like to be surprised by these questions, but with the life and sketches, I kind of want it to already be done by the time that I show it off to you, So I may just go ahead and look at it, do the sketch, and then show it to you guys. So it might be very quick videos, might be quick, simple little things, not as long and wordy as the question of the week tends to be, since I do like a weekly update / question answering session. So, but other than that, I will start this sometime. Probably do it now, like I said. Go ahead and start getting this one uploaded and get that one a going. And maybe put it up here somewhere. Once it's done, it's got to be done first. So, and maybe a nap in there somewhere. I don't know. I hope you heard the thunder, because that's the rumbles that I've been trying to get. So, on that note, I'll do a sketch, I guess, a sketchy sketch. And other than that, have a good weekend, and I shall see you for what I see you.